Located in the south end of Boston and founded in 2005, Rohde Architects is a full-service design firm led by two principals and owners who have been described as two Dorchester guys, we'll get to the bottom of that in a second, who aspire to shape the city they live in through a transition from old industrial to vibrant residential. Now, the firm is dedicated to using architecture and design to positively affect the growth and transformation of Boston's surrounding neighborhoods and beyond. Now, Rohde Architects is known for taking on projects in gritty, underutilized city areas with a preference for working with inventive and sustainable materials. Both principals are also dedicated to working with and for the community. Without further ado, I now present to you Rohde Architects co-founder Eric J. Robinson and Kevin Deabler of Rohde Architects. Welcome to Urban Update.
All right, thanks.
Thanks for coming by. Man,
Appreciate you having us.
This is good. So I'm going to start with you, my friend. You're going to take me through the history of how you guys, before we get to that, are you guys from Dorchester?
We are now.
You are now.
Our
okay.
kids are.
Your kids, right? Yeah.
Yes.
But take me before the kids. How did you guys meet?
So we started as freshmen at NC State College of Design, and that was in 1990. Now fast forward 15 years, and we end up as each as neighbors in Dorchester. And that's sort of where it began. Was the sort of initial part of starting Rohde Architects was really to help our neighbors and our community do better design and sort of see things happen in our community that were very positive and try to bring that out. So.
And I want to throw this question to you. What's your competitive advantage, or at least what makes you different than other firms?
So I think the basis of Rohde Architects is sort of being respectful for the areas and the neighborhoods that we're building and designing in. Kevin and I sort of spent a lot of time on our planning board in our neighborhoods before we started Rohde Architects. We were very active in the neighborhood. And we did see sort of how the neighbors and the residents respond to projects. A new building and a new project in a neighborhood does cause some concern. And we're seeing a lot of it in Boston these days. And so I think what we sort of adopted early on in our practice was sort of to be respectful of where we're going into. We're not residents necessarily there, although we're in Dorchester, we are. But to sort of think about how the project sort of feels and looks like and what their sort of concerns are from the neighborhood perspective.
Yeah, because there is this, I talked a little bit about this transformation, and it's, some people are, concerned with that, others are very excited. But how do you describe this transformation?
Yeah, it's really just about having an impact on a wider scale beyond just doing some kind of project that impacts one site. It impacts an entire neighborhood. So the concept of transformation really is something that we really work through, and you don't know how innovative, how great something is unless you draw it, visualize it, and talk about it with communities. And that's something that we've really tried to be patient with in terms of just listening, and but at the same time is we're really just using the tools at our disposal, what architects do, which is plan, show things, measure them, see what the impact is or what it could be, and then come back to the drawing board.
Well, I'm going to show. Let's see some of the projects. We've got a couple photos. I want you to kind of describe some of these. Some of you may recognize. So what is this?
So this is right near the Broadway T station in South Boston. This is the former Cornerstone pub. And this is now a combination of buildings here on the right, and sort of in the middle is a new condominium complex, 10 stories, 14 West Broadway. And then on the left is a hotel, boutique scale hotel that would be sort of connected at the base, and so there would be some very exciting things happening at the ground plane there. Really a part of the whole West Broadway neighborhood.
Very good. I think we have another photo of another project.
So this is in our neighborhood in Dorchester. This is actually right across from the Savin Hill T station. So this is one of our projects that really is going to transform an area that both Kevin and I live in. It's sort of taking the place of a dilapidated old building that's been boarded up for years, and this is going to be a new community market that will sort of really start to serve as the center of the community.
I think I know where that is because I don't know if Jen Gross knows this, but my daughter was born on the corner of Savin Hill and Dorchester Avenue.
Yes.
Right in front of the Harp.
Harp and Bar?
Yeah, that's where she was
Wait,
born.
at the Rite Aid? She was born
at the Rite Aid. Exactly. The Rite
I
Aid.
know they have a minute clinic there, but I
Right.
didn't know they had a birthing.
She popped out of that front
Innovative
seat.
there.
Yeah. So now I know where that is. And what is this?
So we also do a lot of restaurant work. So this is SRV, which is in the South End as well. So it's just an interior fit of a restaurant.
Pretty cool, pretty cool. Hey, you know what? It's funny. You guys are both architects, right?
Yep.
You know, the architect that comes to mind to me always is the father of in the Brady Bunch.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
Mike Brady, right?
Mike
Yes.
Brady, yeah.
My wife, I think, might be the reason she married me is because she adored him. So it's just one of those convenient things, you know, that media has produced these individuals.
See?
Yeah.
I
But I
didn't
think
even know
the
that.
one thing about Mike Brady, he always seemed frustrated, right? He was always like, I can't get the building, you know. And I think it's one of the things that we've sort of learned from that. You know, you have to sort of listen and take sort of into account. So we learn a little bit from Mike
Yeah,
Brady.
and one of the
as well.
kids lost the plans in Hawaii. Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Well, I remember the one
Lipstick,
with the big
exactly.
powder puff architecture. She wanted it to look like a blotter, and he was like upset about that. But you got to kind of roll with it, you know.
Yeah.
We have all kinds of projects.
How did we end up talking about the Brady Bunch? There's an update.
You know, everyone has an idea about what an architect does, and you know, it's a really old profession, and it gets kicked around quite a lot. You know, so
It's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and I think you know we're able to sort of you know transform our own neighborhood as well as Boston in a larger sense, and you know we're working in all parts of the city, and it's just really exciting time to sort of see how the city's transforming in all different ways.
Yeah, I heard you guys have a kind of really good relationship with the BRA and the city of
Yeah.
Boston. Like you've
Yep.
made it very, you've learned to navigate the city permitting.
Yeah,
Kind of.
and that's really just been about just being patient and putting our time in and learning about all the people that make it work in each one of these agencies and departments. And you can kind of see over the last 3-4 years a lot of like rebranding of the BRA is now BPDA. ISD is more user friendly. But there is also quite a lot of volume of development happening. So the real kind of like transformative projects are happening in the neighborhood. So that that process is only so fast and only able to kind of take so much. But I think our process is something where we've just learned over time to be patient and go through it.
Well, I'm going to give you a good opportunity to say hi to your wife and
Okay.
kids. So you're going to look at that camera.
Yes.
And say hi to them right this Sunday.
Hello, Jennifer, Fiona, and Nolan. Nice to see you on Sunday morning.
All right, I'm going to give
Wake
you the
up.
same chance
Same
over there.
thing.
Look into that camera.
So crazy as it all is, my wife's named Jennifer too. Hello, Jennifer, and my boys Felix and Andrew.
All right. Good job, guys.
Thank you
for
so
coming
much.
back.
We appreciate it.
All right. Good luck. All right, that's it for this edition of Urban Dud. But before we go, a quick shout to Dr. David Egan out in Revere and Carl Donaldson of Arlington. Thanks for tuning in every week and for helping me get back in the saddle here. Both of them helped me with my whatever it is that my back flared up. They both helped me a lot. So for everyone here at Urban Update, I am Alberto Vasallo. Have a great Sunday, everyone.